You're not a good person. You know that, right? Good people don't end up here.
Well... So the rules for this challenge are simple. We can't knock down any turret, because that classifies as killing them. The second rule, we cannot use cheats. What counts as cheats is any command protected by svcheats1. So that means give item _ health kit is allowed. It may seem like that's just also cheating, but without using health kits, this challenge would be basically impossible. And the final rule... I haven't thought of a final rule, but with that out of the way, let's get started. In Chamber 16, there are 12 turrets. We start off the chamber by getting out of the elevator, and then waiting for GLaDOS to stop talking. Then we're finally let into the chamber, so we grab this first turret, and make him face a wall. Then we meet the second turret, so we portal over to him, and then we also make him face a wall. Then the third turret is met, so we also make it face a wall. Saving all the turrets in this chamber seemed easy until... Now you might be wondering why this part made it hard. Well, the part that we are at has two turrets that face each other, meaning that if we try to get into the line of sight of one, then we'll get into the line of sight of both of them. The way I got past this part was by using a cube to block their line of sight. And it took so many tries until we finally got to the next area. And then somehow, I died like this. But now that we're here, we can make these turrets face a wall and almost be done with this chamber. And I say almost because of this room right here. It was pretty hard, but I was able to pull out one of the turrets and make it face a wall. Now I can portal into the room and grab the rest of the turrets. Then we can go over here and grab a weighted storage cube and place it onto the button. Then we can make this guy face a wall. Then do the same for this guy and finish the chamber. In Chamber 17, there are 0 turrets. We start off this chamber by getting one of gaming's most well-known characters, the weighted companion cube. And now, to complete the rest of this chamber.
Please take care of it.
And with that, we have completed Chamber 17. In Chamber 18, there are 4 turrets. This part of Chamber 18 isn't that hard. You just portal over to some areas. And then you also do a fling. Now this room was absolute hell, because there are 4 turrets, and in order to complete this chamber, you need to get that cube that's across this room to the button that's in the first room. The problem with that? Before you even get there, you're gonna get destroyed by turrets. Now normally, to prevent yourself from getting destroyed by turrets, you'd use the energy ball to knock them into the water. But we can't do that because that counts as killing the turrets, and we're not killing any turrets. And also, yeah, I almost died here. But then, we will just solve the test. And now, for a Chamber 18 death compilation. So now you might be wondering how I got past this chamber, well, this part of the chamber. Well, the answer's simple. Medkits. Because you can still spawn medkits in Portal using give item _ health kit. Note that this will not work for Portal 2 and only works for the original Portal. Now, what did I do with medkits? I just binded one of my keys to spawn a medkit and spammed that key as I was on the Aperture Science unstationary scaffold. Now, is this cheating? Well, give item _ health kit isn't protected by SV cheats, so in the rules, it doesn't really count as cheating. And plus, without it, it would have been impossible. Or would it? Because the platform that you use to enter that room still stays up after you enter the room, meaning that with enough timing, you could get a portal onto the raised platform and then momentum your way to the other side of the room. So I tested it. This is yet another example of the puzzles and test chambers being completely skipped by using momentum, as this method can also be done in Chamber 14 and Chamber 15. Now, is this useful? Yes, it is. But is it a bit hard? Yes. I died many times because of those turrets shooting me while I was in the air, and hell, they were shooting me before I even got to the part where you can momentum yourself through. Now, why didn't I use this in the first place? Well, the answer's simple. I didn't know that you could do this method in the first place. Like, how was I supposed to know that you could just throw Chell across the room?
Memory storage cube destroyed.
So yeah, if you ever want to do something like this with the original Portal, or you just want to skip this entire test after killing all the turrets, then keep this in mind. Now anyways, let's return to your normal video. There are no turrets in Chamber 19. I don't really have much to say about the testing element of Chamber 19. It's just Chamber 19. Like, what is there to say? You just solve the test. But we do get our cake. Actually, no, we're getting incinerated. Although we aren't, because we're escaping the
test chamber.
So, we're just going to continue escaping. Get to the room that doesn't make sense. Seriously, how can the observation rooms for Chamber 14 and Chamber 9 be on the same elevation, even if you have to ride an elevator to get to those chambers? Cave Johnson, explain yourself right now. And then we take a nice ride in the Vital Apparatus vent. But then we return to Chamber 9, and then we just portal ourselves into the exit room, because this time we have 2 portals instead of 1 portal. And then there's just pistons that just exist here because why not? And then more pistons that don't seem to be doing literally anything whatsoever. And there's even more goddamn pistons. And now another piston! But then we drop down into the first actual escape map. And then GLaDOS reveals 3 turrets. So of course we save them instead of knocking them over and killing them. But then this happens as I'm trying to move one of them out the way. So now I had to reload the save and save those turrets again. But then we meet this turret, but he doesn't really do much because he doesn't have any ammo. At least that's what I assume. We meet another turret, so we also save him. And then we meet the first rocket turret in the entire game. And its only purpose is this. But then we get into the room with many turrets. So of course we save all of them. So then we finally meet the genetic life form and disk operating system, or GLaDOS for short. So what we're gonna do is that we're just going to hit her with rockets multiple times, incinerate all of her cores, and then sit back and just watch the ending of this absolute masterpiece of a game.
Thank you for assuming the party escort submission position.
Ah, our well-deserved cake. So that's it. Saving every turret in Portal 1. Don't worry, we have sent Chell to the hospital because she's been found like this multiple times in Chamber 18. Now, this video took a little while because I didn't have a lot of time to make it. I've been busy with things like school and stuff, so this video took a while. But if you have any other suggestions for videos, please leave them in the comment section below. I hope you liked this video, and if you want to see more videos like this, then subscribe to my channel and even join my Discord so that you can get notifications when I upload new videos. So anyways, thanks for watching. Comment, like, and subscribe. Join the Discord server, and I'll see you next time.